In the early 1960s, a new wonder drug was sweeping the globe. It was hailed as a safe, modern solution for expectant mothers, promising relief from morning sickness. Countries around the world rushed to approve it, and doctors began prescribing it widely. It seemed like a miracle. But in the United States, one person stood in its way. A single person who brought the entire approval process to a halt. Her name was Dr. Frances Oldham Kelsey. She was a new medical reviewer at the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. It was one of her very first assignments. Her job was to evaluate the application for this new medication before it could be sold to the American public. As she examined the paperwork, something just didn't feel right. The pharmaceutical company behind the drug assured her it was perfectly safe. They pointed out that it was already approved and being used in dozens of other countries, from Europe to Canada. The pressure on her was immense. The company wanted a fast approval to tap into the massive American market. Phone calls and letters poured in, demanding she'll sign off immediately. Even some of her colleagues at the FDA questioned her hesitation. Why was she holding up a drug that was helping so many women elsewhere? But Frances Kelsey was a scientist, and a meticulous one at that. She noticed critical gaps in the safety data. The studies submitted by the company were incomplete. Where were the long-term safety studies? Specifically, she was concerned about its effects during pregnancy. The company's explanations felt rushed and inadequate. She wasn't satisfied with assurances. She wanted proof. Instead of giving in and signing the approval, she did something simple, yet powerful. She asked for more evidence. She requested data proving the drug was safe for unborn babies. The company was furious. Executives flew in to complain directly to her superiors. They called her a stubborn, nitpicking bureaucrat. They tried to go over her head, using their influence to force the drug through. For over a year, this battle continued. Frances Kelsey stood her ground, refusing to be She wasn't trying to be difficult. She was simply doing her job. She believed the American public deserved to know that a drug was unequivocally safe before it was sold to them. Her persistence meant that the medication was never approved for sale in the United States. Then, the news started to trickle in from overseas. It was horrifying. Doctors in Europe and Australia began noticing a tragic and devastating pattern. Thousands of babies were being born with severe life-altering birth defects. Their arms and legs were malformed. It was a public health catastrophe. Investigators quickly traced the cause back to one thing: the same safe morning sickness drug that Frances Kelsey had blocked. Because of her unwavering refusal to approve it, tens of thousands of American families were spared this heartbreaking tragedy. She hadn't sought the spotlight or tried to be a hero. In fact, for a while, almost no one knew what she had done. She had simply done her job with integrity and diligence. When the full story came out, Frances Kelsey was hailed as a national hero. President John F. Kennedy awarded her the President's Award for Distinguished Federal Civilian Service, the highest honor for a civilian employee. Her courageous stand led to a complete overhaul of drug testing laws in the United States, strengthening the FDA's authority and creating the rigorous standards for drug approval that we rely on today. Frances Kelsey later said she wasn't trying to be heroic. She was just doing what she believed was right. Her story is a powerful reminder that sometimes the most courageous act isn't a bold action, but a quiet, firm refusal. It shows that one person, armed with integrity and a commitment to the truth, can indeed change the world and save countless lives. Thank you for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as I did, please like this video and subscribe for more stories of unsung heroes who made a difference. See you next time.